be the two best words in all of sports. Now, here's the thing. The Pistons have been 5-0 at home in Game 7s in franchise history, and sometimes those stats mean absolutely nothing. Cavs already up. Donovan Mitchell hits that three, makes it a 9-point lead. Final seconds of the quarter, Mitchell again. How many threes did he make in this game? 2. Them's it. Right there. Didn't need him to make.
I was getting ready to say, didn't need anymore.
Cavs up 31-22 at the end of the first. Now in the second quarter, Mitchell driving, finds Evan Mobley to make it a 10-point lead. Then a couple of minutes later, Cavs up comfortably. James Harden to Jarrett Allen at the rim. Cavs up 16. They absolutely dominated in the paint. They outscored the Pistons by 24. 5 to play in the second quarter. It's always fun when somebody unexpected steps up. How about Sam Merrill knocking down that three? 15 points in the first half. Reminder, off the bench. Cavs at 15 after the free throw. Mitchell now driving, dishing. Allen for that one. The Cavs had 18 assists in the first half. The Pistons had 16 field goals. Is that bad? Cavs were up 64-47 at the break. Now we go to the third, because that's how this works. Cavs up 17. Allen off the screen, coming in hot. Make it a 19-point lead. Then more Merrill. He had 15 in the first half. He finished with 23. That right there makes it a 19-point lead for the Cavs. Then more Mitchell, because why not? Cavs up 90-69. The largest lead in this game was 35. It's only 23 there. Mitchell, 26 points. Cavs were up 99-73 at the end of the third. Guess what? No changes in the fourth. No notes for the Cavs. In fact, this lead was so big in a Game 7 in Detroit, Pistons fans were like, we are out of here. They started filing out early. The fourth was really not necessary. Cavs win. They hand the Pistons their first Game 7 loss at home in franchise history, 125-94. And again, they had never lost a Game 7 on their home court before this one. Again, some stats are useless. The Cavs, meanwhile, have won 6 straight Game 7s, which is the second longest Game 7 win streak in NBA history. The only longer run belongs to Bill Russell's Celtics, who won 10 in a row back in their heyday.
Now, Nicole, although it was a rout, there's still plenty to break down. Thank goodness we got Sinead Bumake here to do just that. This was a runaway tilt out the gate. Cleveland set the tempo and ran with it from there. What allowed the Cavaliers to be so dominant in this Game 7, Sinead?
They didn't just run. They sprinted. They looked like Olympians out there with how they took control of this game. I mean, Believeland is back. The best sign of Cleveland's health is the production of their post players. When Allen and Mobley are thriving, Cleveland is in peak form. And let's focus on Evan Mobley because he is truly their X factor. Let's break it down here because when he's creating off the dribble, this is always a great sign. He has good synergy with Donovan Mitchell. Here it's a slam dribble handoff. But what I like is how aggressive he is downhill. Watch his hands. He's going to point and say, hey, throw it up there so I can finish. This is a team that plays with authority when they win. They dunk the ball so many times, their post players. That's good offense. Again, you're going to see how great he is moving without the basketball. If you sleep on the backside, I'm going to teach. Once again, fully engaged Evan Mobley to really get to the rim. And these are the looks that are just priceless for the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's how dominant they were. Lastly, I love this because he's locked in from sideline to sideline, baseline to baseline. He's helping his guards get open. An entire squad is in front of him. It does not matter. When he has this much time and space, he is truly comfortable. Then he gets to the dribble handoff. He's so good at slam screens where he can occupy multiple defenders. But then again, he could have scored on this possession, but instead his teammates knocked down the three, but he's engaged. He's like, count it. It felt like he was scoring when he was creating in those moments. So Evan Mobley, a huge game. You think about 21 points, 12 rebounds, but most importantly, the 6 assists. When he is creating through his dribbling, through his scoring, through his aggression, this is the best version of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Well, real quick for the folks at home, we will have full post-game coverage. We will hear from both players and coaches at the podium in moments. Just stick with us here on SportsCenter. But you sort of posing Evan Mobley as the Karl Anthony Towns within that offense. He's coupled with a Jarrett Allen who plays more of a Mitchell Robinson role. Speaking of the team that they'll end up playing here in the Eastern Conference Finals, I appreciate that kudos, but I would much rather you give the full breakdown and assessment of how this front court really does exude excellence every time they hit the floor.
Trev, am I rubbing off on you?
Come
That's
on now.
excellent analysis right there, because right now you have kind of that Spider-Man meme, because they have a duality that really works for them, the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the second piece of that being Jarrett Allen. This man, we should start calling him Jarrett Game 7 Allen, because he had 22 and 19 in the first round versus the Raptors. And then what did he do today? 23 and 7. These are guys, a lot of people used to say, criticize him after last year. He's not strong enough. He's not tough enough. Well, guess what? He heard that criticism and responded with his game. He is playing with force. He's playing with authority. And most importantly, he's showing that the old school big, not just the hair, but in the game, the old school big still has a meaningful place in this NBA, coupled with the versatility of Evan Mobley. I love their front court.
So we got Game 7, Jarrett Allen. We also had Black History Month, Jarrett Allen. That was a special creature as well. Just look those numbers up in February if you want to. But right now, we're going to check in with JB Bickerstaff. He was at the podium after the loss for the Pistons.
It's not the effort, right? I'm not disappointed in these guys in the least bit. Obviously not the way we would have liked it to gone. But I'll never be disappointed in their effort. They gave us what they had. The Cavs just outplayed us tonight, and you give them credit for it.
Coach, I'm along those same lines. What is your biggest takeaway about this team with everything that you guys accomplished this season?
This team is awesome, and they're a special group of guys. I couldn't be more appreciative of how they allow us to coach them, work with them every single day, the spirit they carry, their willingness to grow, their willingness to sacrifice. And it's a special group. And, again, I can't be more thankful than to be a part of this and to be able to work with these guys.
JB, defense has been the name of the game for you guys this season. What did you feel like was missing, and particularly, defending the post against Allen?
It was more like, he got the ball in his spots off the glass and things like that. But we knew, they had X-Factor guys that had the ability to contribute, not just, not that he's an X-Factor, he's an all-star, but like, Sam Merrill early in the game, Jarrett Allen, on the boards and playing. So we knew it was going to be a tough series and a tough test for us. But just like we did last year, we'll learn from it. We'll put it in our pocket. We'll get better from it. And next year we'll grow and be a better team.
JB, in the third quarter, the cameras had you there talking to your team, and you said, we've got to find our competitive spirit. You told your team that. Why wasn't that there tonight? Why do where do you think that?
Well, I think we had gotten down. And when we got down, we started trying to figure out the game instead of, who we've been. And I just wanted to make the point to the guys, that we do it the way that Pistons do it. And we had to find that in order to give ourselves a chance.
Did you feel like Cleveland, since they had lost last game, brought a desperation that you guys couldn't necessarily match tonight?
No, they're a good team. They're a talented team, and, I thought their talent was clicking tonight. I thought they were better defensively tonight than they were previous games in the series. So I just give them credit. They won the game tonight.
JB, just you guys took a step last year, take another big step this year. Playing at home, Game 7, especially what you've just done in Cleveland, how big of a disappointment?
It's not a disappointment at all. I'm not ever will I be disappointed in these guys. These guys every single day give us what they got. So it is not a disappointment.